Avengers! What's up, everybody? We'll be live in just a minute. I know we are incredibly late, but we'll make it up to you. I promise. See you soon. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'd like to know, how is the week treating you so far, dear viewer? On a scale from 1 to 10, let us know. Yes. It is one of those days. I got a feeling. I feel like we may have some viewers in the not used to getting snow area of the world that are maybe getting some snow. How did Trinity fix the chat? Let's get into that. Let's start there. What's up, Nerd Vengers, Broke Vengers, visitors to the tower? Cheers. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show. Look, we've had a debacle-ish issue over the past 5 days to a million years with YouTube. Part of the reason we were late today is we were still kind of I thought I had it figured out. I didn't totally have it figured out. We had to do a workaround because YouTube is so garbage that we had to essentially do this workaround. Trinity, you guys are going to love this. You guys are going to absolutely love this, okay? This is amazing. This is the universe, okay? Trinity hit me up with a workaround, okay? Now, if everybody knows Trinity is boomer-ass Trinity is basically his name. On his gravestone, it'll say something to the effect of he was a boomer before his time, something great, hashtag Trinity, I don't know. Look, regardless, the point is this. He's a big old boomer. We make fun of it. It's a meme around here. He hit me up and was like, I don't even know how to change the settings the way you are doing it. The fucking right way, the correct way, the non-boomer way, But here's how I do it. And so my man is scheduling live streams and then going into the studio side of things, and it's technically a different side of the app that you then can edit the settings through. Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? We got saved by the boomer, essentially. We got saved by the boomer. YouTube literally has no idea what they are doing. They have no idea what they are doing. I've been in contact with them. They're literally I have no idea. I don't know. Whatever. Shout out to Trinity. Nerdvenger of the month. 100%. head of security, and maybe now head of IT. I don't know. Maybe head of IT. We'll talk about it. Okay. Let's get into what we want to talk about on today's program. I definitely want to get into WandaVision. There's some interesting things going on with that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to be honest with you. There are some maybe rumorish kind of leakage-y type things that we are going to get into. I need to get into those sort of things and talk about them with y'all. But at the same time, some of this is not confirmed. Some of it's speculative. So we're entering into sort of a weird speculative territory with that. It's like I want to give a spoiler warning, but also like this is not stuff that I know for sure is happening. By the way, side note, we're working on a system. We're trying to work on a system in which you guys can have a metric, especially the more into the brand and the channel that you are, that you guys can have a metric to like look at a video or a scoop or an article that we do and be like, okay, what are the odds that this is like for real, some shit that Josh knows, but he's kind of playing it off like he doesn't know. We're going to try to figure that out to like give people a guiding star. But for the most part, you know, this has been my policy, and it's been kind of since kind of coming out of Rise of Skywalker, I guess, is that if we know it's real, like if we know for sure, like for instance, when it came to Mando, right? When the Grogu leaks happened, like within that first like 12 hours, I was like, oh, these are real. Like these are 100% real. And we talked about them, but we decided to not like, we were very upfront about it. You know what I mean? We were like, okay, this is probably legit, real, spoiler warning, etc. Then it's kind of up to other people, right? So as long as we do our due diligence, that's kind of where we're at with it. But I kind of wanted to just say that. Circus Freak, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. And the Joker Wild, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now as well. But regardless, guys, I need to talk to you about some WandaVision stuff. We're going to get into that. But it's kind of rumory and speculative and all that. But anyways, before we get into that, and I know it's been 16 hours since we were supposed to start, but we're going to still do shout-outs. Nice, dude. All right, biggest deal in the world is likely tomorrow night, Wednesday, 9 p.m., maybe a little bit later, Eastern Standard Time. Miss Darren Wood and myself are going to be sitting down and doing a live stream. New program that we have going on at the live streaming channel. She's awesome. If you're a Nerdvenger member and you caught the stream that her and I did for you guys last Wednesday, you probably enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. So looking forward to that tomorrow night. Look for announcements on our Twitter or the Discord, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be dope. Then Thursday night, of course, you will have After Dark starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Al Lavis, maybe a couple of guest appearances, taking you through the evening. This week for WandaVision is going to be epic. It's going to be a very big deal. I don't know if it's going to be the hour-long episode. It seems as though we are pulling from a 3-hour pool, and we could get a portion of that pool, a large portion or a tiny portion in the next episode. Regardless, WandaVision has just been a crescendo of craziness. So it's going to be dope. We do watch parties, but we do watch parties members only. So if you are a Nerdvenger member, you'll get notified. We go live usually around 2:45 a.m. Friday morning. And then we watch the episode together. We chill for a little bit, talk about what's going on, and then we will go live, full-on spoilers, very early Friday morning. But here is one more last show notey call to action thing, okay? This weekend, we are going to have Nerdvenger streams. We always have Nerdvenger streams. Saturday at noon, Eastern Standard Time. Myself and all the Nerdvengers, we kick back. We do members-only chatting. Nobody sees it except for the spies that break in and pay money to then report. Regardless, look, it's an intimate experience. We talk about behind-the-scenes shit. This Saturday is going to be one for the books. I'd recommend that you be there if you're a Nerdvenger. If you can't make it, watch it on the replay. If you are a Nerdvenger Prime member, watch both streams this weekend for the full context of our diabolical master plan. The reason I was so late and up until 6 in the morning. Think about nerdy shit. Anyway, let's talk WandaVision. I would like to know from the class, out of these three options, In fact, perhaps we should create a poll. From these 3 options, and speak your piece, but I think I'm going to do a poll for sure. Who is the villain of WandaVision? Is it number 1, Wanda herself? Number 2, Mephisto. Number 3, Nightmare. Or number 4, a combination of all 3 of those. You can put into the chat number 1 for Wanda. Put into the chat number 2 for Mephisto. Put number 3 in for Nightmare. And put 4 in for the cop-out. Maybe it's a combo. I don't really know answer. Let's see where you're at. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm assuming everybody is going with number 4. And you know what, guys? That's okay. Wow, straw poll just got a little update, huh? I like it. Looks way sexier right away. Oh, wait. Number 2 was Mephisto. Mephisto. Nightmare. And combo. Oh, I can make this public now? What? Okay. Alright, y'all ready for this? So I know you're probably all really tired from all the numbers you're typing in. Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna be that guy, though. BAM! Straw poll! Vote! Vote now! Vote now or don't. Are you voting? Don't worry, I'm going to adjust this. I know it's wonky. Are you voting? I am interested, for real, on what you guys think. My opinion on this has shifted around a good bit, actually. What do you think? I want to see what you guys are saying in chat. Where's the poll? Bam. There it be. There it be right there. We live in a society. Yo, I'm going to fill up my coffee. Y'all be good real quick.
Our struggle as artists isn't about appeasing the crowd. Rather, it's about tending to the broken parts inside of ourselves. We create things as a reflection of this struggle.
All right, my choice is going to probably shock you, actually. I'm going to go Nightmare Hardcore. Wow, look at this.
Isn't necessarily a thing you achieve.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, so let's talk about this. And by the way, poll's still open? Poll is still open. Do your thing, and we'll watch the results roll in. But, here's the thing. This kind of makes sense, right? I mean, overall, you would expect the combo answer, because it technically kind of covers more bases, to be the one. I get that. Wanda being the least votes makes sense. People love Wanda. We'd like to believe she'll be alright. You got almost a dead-ass tie. Let's check it out again. You almost got a dead-ass tie between Nightmare and Mephisto. So, makes sense. Look, I think it's Nightmare, and there's some evidence to suggest that it is Nightmare, of course. But here's the thing that I think is really weird about this, and this is really more what I wanted to get into. Where's the poll? There's shit. There's the poll. I'll put it in every couple of seconds for a little bit here. Okay. Look, here's the thing that I think is really interesting about this. I think it's gonna be pin the poll, but we're only gonna be on this poll for like another couple of seconds here. I'm not gonna pin the poll. I'm gonna pin that Boomer Trinity fixed the chat problem. All right. Anyway, here's the deal. I feel as though it'll be Nightmare, but they're going to kind of treat that character as though he is the devil. Like all these devil references are to Nightmare, I feel. So like I'm trying to like wrap my head around this because okay, this is what it's like for me. You hear stuff from a source, and oftentimes when you hear something from a source or someone that claims to be a source or have insider information, it's like they are speaking in a language that is like it doesn't make sense. As an example, they'll say stuff like, "Hey, does this word mean anything to you?" Or does this mean anything? Or, hey, I heard this. What does it mean? You know? So basically like Marvel probably doesn't hire people like me. You know what I mean? That are showing up with like cameras, body cams, notepads and shit, right? So a lot of these people don't even know the full context of like what they're cooking with. Like for instance, there's a lot of set photographs popping up right now of like the twins of Billy and Tommy on set shooting in this little like town, and people were saying, I can't believe this didn't leak. Wouldn't these people know what's going on? Here's the deal, dude. Nobody knows what that shit is until it happens. You know what I mean? Like sweaties do, like the hardcore sweaty motherfuckers do, but most people do not. Most people are like, oh yeah, they're shooting some film in the city. Oh, they're shooting some film over there in the cul-de-sac? Yeah, dude, it's crazy. The Andersons got paid a bunch of money to leave their house for a couple of days. It's nuts or whatever, right? They don't know. You know what I mean? So, there's just a lot of mystery still in what gets reported and what gets sort of leaked out and what could be the reality. I have heard over and over again. Let's refresh this poll. See where y'all are at. Whoa. Not much has changed. See? Okay. Point is, I kept hearing something to the effect of, oh, it's going to be Mephisto, or rather, it's going to be a combo of Nightmare and Mephisto, is what I kept hearing. And I was like, that is weird. Like, what are they going to do with, what do you mean? They're going to have a Nightmare Mephisto fusion dance? And they're going to come out like DBZ or some shit? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, how does that make sense? Here's what I think they mean and why the information maybe had been being relayed that way. If the devil is referenced the entire show, and for instance, Evan Peters says, you know, devil spawn, and it's legit Nightmare in the sense that it is Nightmare as far as his power set is concerned, his motivations, and more or less from the comic books, that appears to be Nightmare. Follow me on this. Stay with me on this. Okay? So they made a Nightmare character, an adaptation of Nightmare for the MCU. And then they gave him all the dope shit that Mephisto did in House of M and in other stories and things like that. Now, does that technically mean that it's a combo character? No. It means it's Nightmare. Like, it's Nightmare. Which actually, if you think about it, why did we all miss that? Because it's clearly going towards Doctor Strange. Derrickson talked about Nightmare. Feige talked about Nightmare. Like, Nightmare was on the table for Doctor Strange too. It's like we all forgot that the obvious answer is it's Nightmare. That's why Strange gets involved. That's what is going to link the two. So I'm kind of, oh my God, look at how bad the poll is. I just noticed you guys can't even see this shit. Oh my God. You can kind of see it, but still. It's not the visual effect I wanted. No. You need to be able to see the visual aids, you know? Like on the reel though, like this that seems kind of funny, but seriously, you need the visual aids. Everybody loves the pie charts and the tickers and all the sort of things, you know? You need this kind of stuff. Let's just stare at this for a while. It'll make you feel smart. Looking at this pie chart and these percentages and the number of votes, oh my God, guys. Don't you feel smart already? I do. I feel wicked smart looking at these numbers in this pie chart here. I never felt so fucking wicked smart before in my whole life. So I guess the question is, are we bummed? And you know, look, I've danced around this question with y'all for a while. And you guys keep saying, more or less, no, we're not bummed. We don't care. We don't care if it's going to be Nightmare. Only you care, Josh. Only you care when the Skrulls were good guys. Nobody gives a shit about all this boomer-ass comic book shit. Shut up! Okay, well, you know, fair. But, you know, allow me to complain about this boomer-ass comic book shit for a little bit here. Mephisto and the devil stuff and Nightmare separate and cool. Once you start taking like villains, especially villains that like legit are involved like in a lot of different story beats and things that have happened over the history of comic books, once you make the decision to say, okay, well, we're just going to combine these characters or, you know, do something to that degree, it's like you've forever changed how you then have to adapt the stories that character was involved with moving forward forever. And I don't know, man, there's also like this side of it where it's like, I don't want to be that guy, right? But it could also be a thing where China doesn't like devil stuff, I guess, you know, which is kind of a bummer. And again, it sounds conspiratorial. Who knows if it's true? Here's the thing. There's actual precedence. They literally did that with the Tibetan monk that was the ancient one. And China was like, yeah, Tibet isn't a real thing, y'all. You know what I mean? So change it. And we did. And they changed it to a Celtic woman, which is really kind of a weird move, frankly. But regardless, that was not done to be woke. That was done to appease the Chinese censorship boards to get the film into China to make an extra 200 million or whatever, right? So, look, I understand that. And, you know, it is what it is. International markets, international releases, these are things that you got to think about. And obviously, you should think about them as early as possible in the production. But, again, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? For me personally. I'm still probably going to love it. It's still probably going to be dope. But it's like, why can't we have full-on devil Mephisto? Again, we don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe this entire rant is pointless. I would love for this entire rant to be pointless. Please let this entire rant be pointless. Please. But I doubt that it is. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do Mephisto, guys. Every Mephisto leak that we have seen has been debunked. Like everyone that's like, it's Mephisto, or everyone that it's like, oh, this merch is Mephisto, or oh, this Funko is Mephisto, here's a Mephisto, there's a Mephisto, here's the there, all fake. Charles Murphy is saying, you need to let Mephisto go. You know? I can't let go, Jack. I'll never let go! I don't like it, but I will accept it. You know what I mean? What am I even talking about? What do you guys think? Let's see what's going on in the chat. What do y'all think? CGM Show says, dude, Mephisto and Nightmare have enough similarities. It's not really that big of a deal. You're probably right. Do you think Fantastic Four will make a cameo in WandaVision? I would love for that to happen. I doubt it. I very much doubt that. Although, here's the thing. It is sort of interesting to think about how crazy WandaVision has been already, and the fact that, like, you would imagine Feige would want to continue to build that hype and build towards the finale and, have a, God damn it. Have a, epic ending, as it were. It has to be Nightmare, since that's the villain in Doctor Strange 2. It's so freaking obvious. Yeah, it is kind of obvious, isn't it? It is, I think. So glad the Broke Vengers are back. Me too, baby. Me too. Look, that was stupid. That was real dumb. Like, we did the stream about the Gina situation. Shout out to the Nerd Theory Army. Felt like we did we had a good stream last night. But I had talked about that on Friday, and I wanted that stream to be members only because it's a very divisive topic. It wouldn't let us do it then, and then after that, every single stream was locked into members only chat. I was like, what is happening? I tried everything. I even kicked out Ryan. Ryan is he's an admin on the YouTube side, and I literally kicked his ass out just thinking, I don't know, maybe it's something to do with Ryan being an admin. I tried everything, and nothing worked until Boomer Ass Trinity saved the day with a workaround. You know what I mean? So. Why would the villain be both? It seems like a waste to have him be both. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's not like when that's kind of, maybe I did a bad job of explaining this, but what I was trying to explain was I don't actually think it's both. I don't think it's both. I think people were saying that because of the way they're interpreting the way the characters are being used. I don't think like Feige wrote down on a piece of paper somewhere, fusion dance, Mephisto and like blip, and no fusion dance. Could Evan Peters be a Skrull? Sure. That adds a whole nother layer. There was a thing said about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was almost going to talk about this morning too, but and maybe we will. Like right now. There's a comment that Emily Van Camp made about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and she said it's going to have some of the same kind of weird things that WandaVision has. And then Kevin Feige was like, come again. So we can talk about that. And we can talk about that as we head towards it too. Dude, Hank McCoy as the engineer would be dope, but it's probably Blue Marvel. It's probably Blue Marvel, and the events of Wanda expanding the Hex are likely going to give him his powers as well. Can I please tell you how to join the Discord? Can we get a Discord link in the chat, please? Yeah, it's Blue Marvel, I think. Yeah. Can we get a Discord link into the chat? By the way, if you are a Nerdvenger member, make sure to visit the Discord and link your Discord account to your YouTube account. And then you'll get access to the Nerdvengers only exclusive club. And also, we give a $200 gift card away each month to GameStop. And you can only enter to win that through the Discord, the members only Nerdvengers Discord. But I will say this. All right, let me blabber for a second, and then we're going to get into Q&A, okay? Let me blabber for just a second, and then we'll get into Q&A. Okay, I'm going to pin... There's the Discord link. I just pinned it. Go check out the Discord. We got like 2,000 people in there or something. It's awesome. Okay, listen. Listen, motherfuckers. Listen! So, for real, one of the reasons I was super late this morning, let me explain this. I woke up today. We'll Tarantino this shit. We'll chop it up. I woke up this morning and no alarms, nothing. And it was one of those things where you wake up and you instantly knew that you slept in and that you had fucked up, right? And so, like, I woke up kind of like, I'm real fucking late. I can tell already. And I got up and I sort of like putzed around, and then I realized it was like literally like 10. And I was like, oh shit, we're going to be super late. Now, here's the thing about that. One of the reasons that I was so exhausted was because I was up super late last night down a very distinct rabbit hole. After Nerd Theory, Mark, myself, and Theory spoke offline for a good bit about some wild shit. Some of it has to do with what we're going to talk about Saturday with the Nerd Avengers and the Broke Vengers. Like, y'all, we got some real wild shit coming. All I can say for now is if you are on the fence about becoming a Nerd Avenger member, I personally think it is already quite the deal. However, that deal is getting much better all the time. That's all I can say. Very cool stuff, man. Very cool stuff. But it did exhaust me. I was up very late, down rabbit holes and whatnot. So, yeah, my bad. That's all. That's all I'll say. You need to hear me sing? We might work on that. We might do a little album. Might do cut a little mixtape or something. I don't know. How can I join the Nerd Avengers? There should be a link next to the subscribe. If you're on mobile, sometimes that link doesn't work. So you got to then, or rather the button doesn't work. So you got to use a link. Okay, let's start getting into super chats, guys. We're going to get into Q&A. Feel free to drop a super chat in. It more or less guarantees that I will answer your question within reason, of course. We'll go over your questions. If you don't have any loot, don't worry about it. Just throw your question into the chat. And now I can finally say that and feel good about it because it's not locked behind a paywall. Okay, cool. Man. Somebody says, love this community you've built with a flex emoji, and I appreciate you, but the way YouTube is set up, I can't even read your name because really great website and system. Dan Larkin says, uncanny Hexmen, dude. I like where your head's at. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Good idea. Denjiman1174 says, hey, Josh, enjoyed your live stream with Theory and Mark last night. Keep being awesome. Appreciate you, brother. I thought it was a good time. You know, there is something to be said in the Zen sense for, like, let me, man, how do I explain this without sounding, so a lot of people talked a lot about the Gina thing. I saw that a lot of people had talked about it after it happened, rolling into it or whatever. I understand. It's a conversational piece. For some people, it's big news. For some people, it's very close to their heart. For some people, it's close to home. Whatever. But in the mad rush to cover and talk about and discuss the Gina situation when it was happening, I think there was a lot of nuance and reflection lost. And there's something ironic about not wanting to talk about it, which is where I was at, you know. I didn't publish a single video about it. We talked about it on a live stream, to be fair, for sure. But people were hitting me up. You guys don't realize. People hit me up and they're like, why aren't you doing videos on the Gina thing? Coward. You know what I mean? Or like, wait, Gina. Gina. So we didn't do any videos about it. In fact, I haven't done a Star Wars video in like 6 weeks. And it's a lovely, beautiful thing. But regardless, the point is, I feel like completely unafraid and totally ready to discuss it at any time because I haven't, A, rushed into any positions, and B, I haven't leveraged any positions of opinion to gain any monetary value. So, like, I feel completely free to just speak my opinion on it, which is nice. That's a very long-winded way to say, yeah, man, I'm glad you enjoyed this stream. J. Sloan Art, welcome to the Nerd Avengers. You are a Nerd Avenger now. William Parsons, welcome to the Nerd Avengers. You are a Nerd Avenger now. Eric Gaines with the $1 holla. Thank you for that. James R., you are a Nerdvenger now. Welcome to the Nerdvengers. Nerds of the Round Table, love it. Says Agnes will be the forefront villain. However, Nightmare will be the main villain in the background. May be revealed final episode. Big cameo. I tend to agree with that, actually. I think that Agnes is also being manipulated. So yeah, I do agree with that. I think it's probably going to go down that way. Nerds of the Round Table, I love it. Cool name. Quentin Williams. Yo, is this Magneto leak real? Big from Minnesota. I don't know what's big from Minnesota. I used to live there, though. There were a couple things that were big. Is the Magneto leak real? I don't know what you're referring to, so probably not. Unless it just happened and I am missing a big story. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you, brother. The Real Jesse says, why isn't there a Victor Von Doom checkbox on your poll? Right on, dude. Right on. That's a Nerdvenger there. You could tell. That's a thinker. That's a thinking man's question right there. Big Stevie says Nightmare revealed as the bad guy, and then the closing shot will be Mephisto, like they did Thanos in Avengers. Okay? So, Steve, fuck yeah, dude. Like, yes, like that's what we want. That's the juice, baby. And what I'm saying is, I don't think that's what we're getting. You know what I mean? I don't think that's what we're getting. Just woke up. Have you addressed the commercials each being a metaphor for a different Infinity Stone? I haven't directly addressed it. Certainly a cool idea, but there's a lot of great videos and content about it. I don't know how much I have to add to the conversation, you know? That's a cool... What does it mean? I don't know. We've speculated about a million different things with WandaVision. Are they bringing the stones back? Could the stones even be destroyed? How does that work? So... Undertaker something or others for the $5 holla. Thank you. The Joker Wild says, what if Nightmare snuck into Wanda's dreams and fragmented her mind to create or be her split personality when she does horrible things? Yeah. So that's sort of another little side theory to this. I personally think it would be way too wild to make this Wanda not our Wanda, or to make a different Wanda. Like, if we go with multiple Wandas, like, okay, let me explain something. Do you remember how yesterday I said that Mr. Sinister beat the Phoenix Five? How? He cloned Madeline Pryor, Jean Grey, he can clone. He has the genes of the most powerful mutants. He can just clone them and make like an army of them, right? So like, what's worse than one Wanda? Like multiple Wandas, bro. Like, y'all ain't ready for multiple Wandas. Gordon Zane says, what about the Grim Reaper Easter egg? Look, it's okay. So what about it? It's hard to say, Gordon. Is it a nice little just nod to the comic book storylines in the canon? Is it just an Easter egg? Or is it more significant? Does it have meaning? The show's really meta, so I think it's fair to look at things like that and try to extract meaning out of it. I do think that's fair. I think that's what the format is. What meaning do you extract out of that? I don't know, bro. I'm still wondering why they haven't talked about the missing persons case. What's up with that? Who's the missing person? Is it Simon? Is it, who dat? You know what I mean? Mike says, I think they're going with a multiple bad actors ultimately being manipulated by Nightmare. Also, the weapon program sword is continuing in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Love it. So, Mike, yeah, man, you're picking up what I'm setting down. It sort of hinted at this in the Hayward video, which people like the Hayward video. As I was doing just like a little bit of touch editing on that after Elise's edit, I realized, I was like, dude, this video's not that good. I was like, this video's not that great, but y'all seem to like it, so that's cool. But I don't think I articulated my point super well in that video, so we're gonna have to do another one, because the idea is shit's dark out there, man, and like people dealing with things now past 2023 in the MCU is just going to naturally come with a much harder edge. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna be No trust, no trust out there. I believe the third being on Agnes Broche is her nightmare. Yeah, that could be. Crazed Panda says they already did a devil-like character with Surtur. Okay. All right. I think the Darkhold gets brought up. You think the Darkhold gets brought up in WandaVision? No, I don't. Perhaps, if anything, they lay the groundwork for that and maybe pick it up in a future show or film. Reed Hickory, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Jamie King says, if it is Nightmare, who would you want to play him? Love the channel, by the way. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate the love. Who would I want playing Nightmare? Well, naturally and traditionally, I'm horrible at casting, so I have no idea. I think we've talked about cool options before, though. I like a Viggo Mortensen would be cool. I guess like Al Pacino would work or something. It's hard to say. How much are they going to use this Nightmare character? Look, I'm just going to be real. To me, Mephisto is like a stud, and Nightmare's okay. Like Nightmare, I would if I had a pick, if this was a cosmic dodgeball game, and it's up to me, and it's Nightmare or Mephisto, I'm taking Mephisto. I'm taking Mephisto all day. And if my hair doesn't, man, I gotta actually try to look good. We're our numbers are looking pretty good. Your boy is not. You know what I mean? So, sorry about that. But, do you feel what I'm saying? Do you understand? Do you get it? So, I don't know, brother. Who could play Nightmare? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel bad, Jamie, but I cannot. I can't answer your question. Elisa Scott. Oh shit, I lost it. Says, I would like a public apology for making me edit a video about Hayward and telling the people he's my favorite. Well, I publicly apologize to you, Lisa. And it was funny because I'm going to be completely real with you and put you on Front Street a little bit here. As I was looking at your edit back, I felt a tinge of you literally pushing back in the edit where you were like, nah, I'm not going to make this as cool as you want. This isn't going to be a thing where you send me videos, ironically, about the things that I hate. Could be just me. Maybe I'm reading too far into it. Yo, my bad, Elisa. Joey said, who is the end cameo in WandaVision? Who knows, man? Okay, I'm leaning towards maybe Avengers. I'm leaning towards the Avengers. I'm leaning towards that kind of a situation, which again could lead into Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Some believe it could be Professor X. Some believe it could be Magneto. There's a lot of theories. So I don't know, man. Your question is great. I appreciate the love. The fact that it's in all caps is very compelling, but I don't know. Colista says, do you think Clint would be the only person to talk to Wanda about what is happening? I actually really like that. He seemed to be her moral compass if she's unsure about anything. Yeah, I was thinking about that too because I rewatched Age of Ultron, and the scenes at the end of the show with Clint, and Wanda are great. And he's like, if you want to pout or whine, you can go back to high school. If you want to make amends, you get off your ass. And she did, and she embraced that, and I think she felt like a real love and respect from Clint because he wasn't treating her as damaged goods, right? He was like, yo, you trying to what are we trying to do here? Because there's a couple options, and sometimes that is good because even though it comes with a hard edge, it doesn't come with sort of a presupposed labeling of helplessness for you. Some people that say they want to help or that approach you in the way of helping are unknowingly psychologically holding you down. You know what I mean? This is not advice. I am not an expert. Third floor basement, etc., etc. But there's something really cool about that relationship and the mentee-mentor situation. It's cool. It's existed throughout our history as a species. Then in Endgame, after the funeral, you notice that Wanda and Clint have another moment, and it's super clear that, yeah, they still have that bond. They have had that bond, and he's really happy to see her. So there's something there, Kalista. There's something there. Perhaps not just a dangling thread. Scener says, why aren't you considering Ultron, since James Spader as Ultron is on the cast list? It would make sense. Ultron could be hiding as Hayward. It is possible. The reason I don't talk about that theory a lot, and the reason I'm not super fond of it, is because to me, if they did that, then this would truly be a WandaVision show. And I'm just kind of still convinced that it's a Wanda show because that's not really Vision. So, meaning it would be weird for me if they lean super hard into Vision stuff and his side of this. It's possible that they do, but that would be weird for me. Now, could James Spader show up as Ultron? Absolutely. Like in a flashback, in the flesh, in a Hex manifestation, whatever. So, totally possible. I just personally don't, because, by the way, that's not a big deal to me. That would not, that to me also seems kind of like par for the course. That wouldn't be mind-blowing to me, but, you know, maybe that's just me. Tim Bayer, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Obi Mish Kenobi, welcome to the Nerdvengers. I thought, Obi Mish, you already were a Nerdvenger. Maybe they booted you out and you got back in or whatever. Appreciate you. Nathan Tattoos says, Josh, Werner Herzog Doom uses the time vortex to age down. Ooh, whoa. What? Revealing Rami Malek, young Vic Von Doom? Wow. P.S. Take my money. Damn, dog. It's a lot of awesome in that message. I almost feel like I should pay you. Holy shit. Thank you. Devin Jehan says, do you think they'll do X-Men like they're doing it right now in the comics for the MCU? No, not right away. I believe you're probably referring to like that Sword of X, House of X, Powers of X, Krakoa, new state of... Yeah. No, I don't think so. It's a great idea, though. It's cool. And maybe they'll combine like the Krakoa idea with Genosha, which, I mean, really, Krakoa is just a version of Genosha that... Like Hickman was just like, yo, we got the Krakoa, whatever, fucking, you know. So it's kind of cool. Rogue Soul with a very generous $10 holla says, I know how I can fit into Den of Nerds. I'll be the guy in the corner you call out for playing Galaga. JK, but I'm for real. But for real, I'm gonna keep on the grind. If you ever need/want, just send up the Rogue signal. Much love. I appreciate you, brother. I'm trying to get into the emails today. You know, send another one. Good things can happen. I admire persistence. The Joker Y with the $5 holla says, not multiple Wandas. I mean, split personalities. Fair, yeah. Nightmare in her mind doing all the bad stuff is like kicking Monica out, rewinding. Yeah, maybe. Fair point to Joker. That could be interesting too. Which does, I mean, if it is madness, right? The multiverse of madness. I mean, madness does imply that could be a real thing. What if Wanda is the bad, but it's this dark side of her? What if she actually has a dark personality? You see some of the Dark Phoenix stuff there, you know? Interesting thought, the Joker Wild. Rogue Soul says, also Keanu Reeves for Ghost Rider or bust. Flourish! Lord Vito says, you need an all-woman stream with Elisa, Callisto, and Darren. Yo, I'm all about it. Is Callisto trying to do content, Vito? Or are you just saying that? Mike says, Thunderbolt Ross doesn't trust metas because he can't control them. So he puts Hayward in place to control the new Weapon Plus program into the Thunderbolts. Yeah. Mike, you might be onto something, brother. I definitely think there's something there, man. Hayward, I'm telling you guys, Hayward is important. I'm telling you. I didn't do a good job of explaining it in the video. And God bless Elisa for trying to make the best sense that it can. But I'm telling you, Hayward is important. Tim says, sending love to Nerdvengers Tower. Appreciate it. Message received. Villon says, thoughts on Disney Plus Ronin series set in the blip. I would love it, dude. Also, push it with that. Go harder, you know? Give me some blood, you know? A couple lost limbs. That'd be good for me. DSG Goodbar says, fire take. Blue Marvel is Denzel Washington's. Book it. Bro, there's something to that, man. There's something to that. I don't think it's a coinky-dink that they might reveal Blue Marvel during Black History Month at a time when it's rumored Spike Lee could be doing something with... yeah, we'll just see, you know? We'll see. But very interesting stuff going on. Joey says, Darcy, Two Broke Girls reference coming next week. A lot of people think that. That'd be chill. I'd be into that. I never really watched that show, but Kat Dennings could do no wrong, so... yeah. Mika Queen, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. Brandon, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now as well. Welcome to the Nerdvengers. And again, as I was sort of hinting at, big weekend. Please come by on Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time for the big stream behind the scenes for members only. Oh, baby. Pete, with a very generous $20 holla, says, ever wonder if Agnes was dead and then made a deal with Mephisto or Nightmare and they have her power and she does their bidding? Anniversary was June 2nd, right? Isn't that the day Salem witch trials started? Yeah, there's something there. There's certainly something there, Pete. Appreciate the love. I'm interested in Dottie, too, you know? What's up with Dottie, bro? Like, okay, so, you know, we're talking Agnes, right? Totally get it. But if we're talking Agnes and the weirdness there, doesn't all that weirdness come into play when she says Dottie runs everything here? Here's my point. If even Agnes, within the structure of the WandaVision show, has attachments and has sort of people that are above her in the hierarchy of power. Maybe her husband Ralph, although that seems like a super playful thing. I haven't really seen it implied that he's like holding power over her. But she tells Wanda to like watch out for Dottie. You know what I mean? So it's like there's something there, right? Agnes and the mystery surrounding Agnes is to me really important for the unraveling of that exact plot point. You know? So yeah, Pete, I appreciate that, man. The June 2nd with the witch trials. I mean, if you look at Agnes and Agatha Harkness from the comics, there's a lot of that stuff referenced there. It's very interesting. Revan Fett, I love that name. Welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Villon says, would you rather Darth Talon live action or Revan? I would personally say why not both, but if I had to choose, it would be Revan all day. Talon's great, but it had to be Revan. And that's even with me being super trepidatious to Disney doing Revan. I actually don't think they should do Revan. But you technically didn't ask if Disney should do it. You know what I mean? Rogue Soul with the $5 holla says, talk about persistence. Should I bring up my bank statement for all the... Oh my God! Yeah! Quote of the day, dude. Okay, let's say this again. Talk about persistence. Should I bring up my bank statement for all the Keanu Reeves super chats? LOL, but I think Wanda made a deal with... Oh my God, bro. Okay, so here's the thing that's funny about that, right? When you think about it, when you think about why someone would do that, because there's probably people out there that are like, bro, why is this motherfucker spending all this money just to say that shit? You have to understand that value proposition. And this like stream and channel and community holds inherent value. We've invested in it, you've invested in it, and it holds inherent value. And the ability to sort of become a part of that conversation in the way you desire for Rogue Soul, it's memeing Keanu Reeves as Ghost Rider. But now that's like a thing for the community that he is connected to. And so you have to understand like the value proposition, especially in a network-based value structure, is something that I think is actually not that hard to understand, but a little bit on the surface confusing. You know? So, But also Rogue Soul, you can put a purchasing limit on your shit. Don't do that. Need Patricia, Whitney, Elisa, Darren at Nerd Theory next week. Way too much theory thirst last night with no respect for the beard. Thanks, Steve, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. No, that was, I mean, hey, that was fine with me, man. That was totally fine with me. He's looking thick. Theory boy looking thick, man, you know? Give the man his props. You know? Give the man his props. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the chat for a little bit, and then we're probably going to get out of here, guys. And I think I need to fill up my coffee, actually. Hey, Josh, do you think Andrew Garfield will get his own solo movie after Spider-Man 3? It's hard to say. From what I understand, Andrew Garfield was... Oh, I bet you were, Nikki. Andrew Garfield was a much easier get. And that could mean because it's less of an ask, like as far as like his time commitments. Or it could just be that Andrew was like, I'm totally in or whatever. And maybe you could say, well, if Andrew signed really early and Tobey was being a big butthole, maybe Sony was more interested in exploring stuff with Andrew. I've also heard, and I don't know if this is real, but that Andrew and Tom get along really, really well. So that's kind of cool. Silver Star 888 for the $5 holla. Thank you. Thank you, double 643 play. I appreciate you. Thank you, Silver Star. Appreciate it, man. I'll go get some coffee with that for sure. Yes, mas coffee. See. Hey, Josh, thinking of Jimmy and Monica, the exact detail of the Battle of Endgame. That's a good question. I don't know. Dying is him telling the Mind Stone out of his head and using the magic. Which is why the shark says, understand it's like what Thanos says to Wanda. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one. Hey, Kendall, I watched your video. I at least watched half of it. I know that probably sounds fucked up, but I at least watched half of it, and I will hit you up about it. We'll talk, and if we don't talk, hit me up on Sunday about it, and I'll tell you. Wicked and Speed's role going forward. Yeah, I think they're going to be real. I think those are real boys. Which I think is sort of hinted at when Darcy explains that to Jimmy in the prior episode. Or maybe it was Monica. It's like, everything that's in there is real. Yeah. Thanks for the broke Vengers. Amen, Jedi. Hey, look, I got something working. I've got something working, ladies and gentlemen, where at zero cost to you, and just a little bit of time and doing a thing, you, Broke Venger, will be able to become an honorary Nerd Venger. We'll talk about it on Saturday. I think the Yo Magic reference just refers to the events of her and Quicksilver being trapped in the rubble for 2 days. Yeah, or the fact that maybe when they were trapped, Wanda created food for them. And they were eating reality-bent food and further changing their physiology or something like that. Do you think Paul Bettany is done in the MCU after WandaVision, considering he were to die again? Yeah, I think Bettany is done, yeah. Illuminati. Yes, Bond Jedi. I do believe, Bond Jedi Ranger, I do believe we will get the Illuminati. I think they're on the way. Dottie. Maybe. What app do we use for Nerd Theory? Well, currently we're streaming through StreamYard. Yeah, the Yo Magic thing is weird, huh? What's that about? What is that about? Harry Styles as Wiccan? I do think the kids are going to get aged up. Yo, I got to fill up my coffee. I'm going to fill up my coffee, and we're going to go for like 10, 15 more minutes, okay? Be good. Okay. Haha, I'm already back. You thought you could talk that shit. Harley Noggle says, hey Josh, what are your thoughts on the possibility of Hayward and Sword trying to recreate Ultron? I think there's something there for sure, bro. Sort of talked about it on, you should have Mark on Thought Sauce. Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Is today Wednesday? No, today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. Whew. Nikki, please don't do that. Harley, I agree there's something there, man. I think he had Vision's body because he was trying to wake him up or recreate the tech. For sure. So. Wanda gets the Darksaber. Confirmed. Isn't the mailman kind of sus? For sure. Yo, magic is obvious metaphor for the Mind Stone. Not obvious to me. Agatha to become Strange's laundry lady. Ooh. Ooh. Will Tobey Maguire make a cameo in WandaVision? Yo. What? Oh, Henry Lee says, what are your thoughts on Evan Peters actually being future Tommy? Phew. Damn, dog. That's crazy. WandaVision new promo footage? Yeah, well, if it is real, WandaVision, I will check it out and do a video on it. I'm not going to do that right now because we're almost done. Josh, do you have any Hot Toy collectibles? I do. I do. Actually, we have a affiliate relationship with Hot Toys, so we're gonna start probably talking about that more. That again, that's something we need to talk about on Saturday because, yeah, I just don't want everything to feel like we're doing just a ton of ad reads and there's just a ton of ads on all the content now. But at the same time, I feel as though we're kind of getting out of the 2020 slump, and companies and people should have a little bit more money. So I feel a little bit more comfortable. Like, we didn't do, once like crazy stuff happened in 2020, I did not do a single brand deal in 2020. I have not done a brand deal since before the pandy. For two reasons. Number one, I just realized, especially early on, advertisers were probably going to pull out, hold liquidity, and not just be advertising. It just makes sense. Number two, it's just, you know, people don't have money, man. It's super tone deaf to be like, hey, here's this thing. Like, to be real with you, it even felt a little tone deaf to start doing the memberships, but we put a lot of value behind the memberships, so it's good. But we're going to be in a place soon where everybody should have a lot more money, hopefully, if things get figured out. So. Where do I click to become a member? So it should be next to the subscribe button. If you do not see that button, you're probably on mobile, and then you're going to have to go through like 17 towers fighting ninjas. And when you clear all 17 towers, you'll fight the final boss, which is like finding the link elsewhere. Coven of Witches help Wanda, and the possibility of Link's the new Salem being the source of the enchanted power resurrection of Agnes. Pretty cool. Definitely a cool idea. Definitely a cool idea, bro. Do you think we'll see Wanda's power origin flashback? I hope so. I really do. I hope we get some more context for all that. You think the lady friend is Mephisto? She has me under her control. She just might. Blue Marvel has to have his powers already. Otherwise, the whole backstory won't make sense. Yeah, they might adjust that. Tom Cub D Says, did you see Spider Wong? B Wong's Instagram. If you're referring to the thing from a couple of days ago, I did. If it's like super recent, I probably haven't. Okay, I just pinned the link, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not see the button and you would like to become a Nerdvenger member, which again, I'm not going to hard sell you on this, but it will probably be the greatest decision you make for your nerdy self. And the longer you hold on to membership and that badge increases from red to blue to green to diamond to amethyst to who knows, you will receive exponentially more goodness and love into your heart and soul. Like I said, I would never hard sell on becoming a Nerdvenger member. Life is good. Nerdvenger streams are good. Watching Den of Nerds content is good. But it can be better. Sids, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. Saturday streams are juicy, indeed. Am I selling you a car? Are you in the market for one? And how long have you been in the market for one? Having more time with Josh equal good. Some people feel that way. Some people definitely don't. Could Ultron return due to Hayward experiments on Vision's corpse? I think that is possible and would be dope. I'd like more Ultron. In the comics, Ultron always comes back, so it would not surprise me at all if he came back. He doesn't even need to come back in this show. Who do I think will play Clea in Doctor Strange 2? I am not sure, my friend. I am not sure. Tesla with a Nerdvengers badge? Never say never. Oranair Jet says concept art looks like Squirrel Girl and Monkey Joe. I will have to check that out. That's interesting. Norin Rad, welcome to the Nerdvengers. Norin Rad. Guys, this is such a big deal. Norin Rad, OG watcher of the channel. OG watcher of the channel. Longtime broke Venger, which again, we totally understand. Times is hard out there. But Norin, it is my honor and a pleasure to welcome you to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now! Let's go! Matthew, you are also a Nerdvenger. Welcome to the Nerdvengers, Matthew. Yeah. Dude, I had such fun on the stream last night. I love streaming with those guys. My man. Hell yeah, dude. Watch parties are fun. Yeah. Yo, Emma Watson for Clea. See, this is why I don't say shit about this stuff. You guys are so much better at it. You know? That's an incredible casting choice. Will Morgan says, yo, Josh, you should check out the new Meta Egg, homie. We got interviewed Dennis the Mailman. What? Cool, man. I'll definitely check that out. Send it to me on Discord, pretty please, with the cherry on top. I got knighted by Al on After Dark. Hey, that's good shit, bro. I love it when they be knighting motherfuckers on After Dark, man. How will America Chavez fit into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness? I'm not sure. Something to do with the multiverse. Maybe her ability to travel through the multiverse or whatever. Do we have 500 members yet? I believe we do. Let me double check. I was going to do a thing about this, Mike, but whatever. I was going to make an announcement, make it a big thing. Oh, well, look, we actually technically do not yet. Okay, so this is cool because we can still do the announcement. So we are currently we're pretty close to 500 members. We're pretty close to 500 Nerdvengers. Like pretty close. And when we do break it, I'll do a specific stream, and we're gonna have call-ins. Like it's kind of like a community stream, but it'll just be call-ins, much like they do on After Dark. So we'll set that up. Once we break 500 members, We'll make a big announcement about it. I think it's kind of dope because we'll likely, I mean, even if we don't technically break it by Saturday, we're hanging around there. So I think it's just a dope time to be talking about some of the big plans that we have. So we're going to talk about that this weekend. Barry, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. David Vonk, you are a Nerdvenger now. Welcome to the Nerdvengers. So we will talk about all of that coming up. But man, do we have some diabolical, absolutely insane plans that I promise you nobody in this space is even thinking about. That's not technically true because actually I just had a crazy conversation with Theory and Mark about some similar things that they're doing, but different than what we're doing actually. We're doing something pretty bold. Quincy Miller, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. The real Jesse, the next fake commercial will be a metaphor for the Soul Stone. Confirming my theory. Mark my words. All right, Jesse. All right, Jesse Lee. Heard that, Jesse Lee. And the chat never forgets, bro. So, all right, guys. I think we're going to call it there. Thank you for being here, as per usual. It's a lovely, lovely stream. 'Twas pretty dope, if I do say so myself, yeah? What do you think? Pretty dope? Yeah. What time does the After Dark start tonight? There's no After Dark stream tonight. After Dark is Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're trying to have content right around that 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when a lot of our nighttime streams and content is going to start rolling out. And there's even more than we have currently announced. Yeah. Carl, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now, my friend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us this morning. I guess afternoon. Apologies for the late stream. We should be back to normal tomorrow, guys. And I hope we don't have to do this workaround again. But if we must, we must. Really wasn't that big of a deal. So we'll be good, okay? All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I will see you in the next video. Ooh. Ah. Is everybody gone? Can I talk about something real quick? All right. All right. So, check this out. Last night, after a discussion with Mark, it's just really good that I had that discussion because he's potentially keeping me out of jail and keeping the company out of trouble with the government, which I will explain more this weekend. Oh yes, oh yes. I'll see you later, guys. It's gonna be okay.